I want to tell you about a moment that really stayed with me. Not long ago, I was invited over to a friend's home for lunch. Nothing out of the ordinary, until I noticed something that truly caught my attention. His parents, both well into their 70s, walked out from the kitchen, smiling, laughing, full of warmth, but that wasn't what surprised me most. It was the way they moved. Their steps were light, their posture steady, and when I asked my friend what they usually do in the mornings, he said, "Oh, they go for walks, about an hour or more, every day, together." I paused. I've seen so many older adults struggle just to get out of a chair, and here were two people, well past retirement age, moving like they were in their 40s. So I asked them, "What are you doing differently?" They smiled, and then they told me something that surprised me. A few years ago, they were dealing with all the usual issues, aches, weak knees, brain fog, feeling tired all the time. But then they had a conversation with an older doctor, someone who had spent decades helping seniors not just survive, but thrive. And what this doctor shared wasn't just random advice. It was backed by science, experience, and real-life results. And today, I'm going to share that exact same advice with you. Because some vegetables, believe it or not, can silently weaken your legs, your joints, even your brain. While others, they can help you stay strong, steady, and independent, far into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. So stay with me until the end, because what you learn today could truly change the way you age. Let's get started. Now, if you're over 60, I want you to lean in and listen closely. Because this next part might just change the way you look at your dinner plate. You see, not all vegetables are created equal, especially as we age. Some can quietly damage your joints, weaken your legs, and slow your mind without you even realizing it. But others, they act like medicine in disguise, fighting inflammation, feeding your muscles, and protecting your brain and bones from the inside out. So in this next section, I'm going to show you 3 vegetables that every senior should be eating every single day. They're simple, they're easy to find, and most importantly, they work. Let's take a look at the first one now. It might be sitting in your fridge already. Broccoli, the natural armor against aging. Now listen carefully, because this might surprise you. Most people think of broccoli as just another green vegetable, harmless, maybe even a little boring. But what if I told you, it's one of the most powerful weapons we have against aging, especially for your legs. That's right, your legs. After the age of 65, your muscles begin to shrink, your joints stiffen, blood doesn't flow as easily to your feet, and little by little, your balance, your mobility, your independence, all start to slip away. It doesn't happen overnight, but one missed step, one fall, and life can change in an instant. This is where broccoli steps in, not just as food, but as armor. It's packed with a powerful compound called sulforaphane, a natural anti-inflammatory that fights the silent damage happening inside your body every single day. Inflammation is what weakens your muscles. It makes your joints ache. It damages the blood vessels that keep your legs moving strong. But sulforaphane, it helps stop all of that. Even better, broccoli is rich in vitamin K, calcium, and antioxidants. The nutrients that strengthen bones, protect your heart, and boost circulation to your feet. That means stronger legs, better balance, and less risk of the one thing seniors fear most, falling. But be warned, boiling broccoli to mush destroys its power. Steam it gently. Keep it bright green and a little crisp. Because every time you eat broccoli the right way, you're not just having a vegetable, you're building a wall of protection, one bite at a time. Spinach, the silent key to strength and sharpness. Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like your body's slowing down, like your legs get tired faster, like your brain's not quite as sharp as it used to be? If so, it may not be just aging. It might be what's missing from your plate. Spinach, yes, that humble leafy green, may hold the key to reversing that decline. You see, spinach is loaded with natural nitrates. And nitrates, they help your blood vessels expand. That means better blood flow, especially to the brain, the muscles, and yes, your legs. As we get older, our circulation naturally weakens, and when your legs don't get enough oxygen and nutrients, they grow weaker. You lose balance, you feel tired, and your reflexes slow down. But spinach helps fix that, naturally. And there's more. Spinach is rich in lutein and folate, nutrients that sharpen memory and boost mental clarity. In fact, seniors who eat more lutein have been shown to maintain better cognitive function well into their 70s and 80s. Not to mention, spinach also protects your vision. It contains zeaxanthin, which guards against macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in older adults. So not only does spinach help you move better, it helps you see, think, and live better. But don't overcook it. Lightly sauté it or blend it into a smoothie, because when spinach is treated right, it doesn't just feed your body, it fuels your freedom. This isn't salad food. This is life-saving medicine disguised as a leaf. Carrots, the bright root of balance, vision, and vitality. Now I want you to imagine something. You're walking through your kitchen, nothing unusual, when suddenly you lose your balance. It only takes a second. One misstep, one slip, and just like that, your life can change. But what if I told you, there's a vegetable sitting in your fridge right now that could quietly protect you from that moment? Carrots. That's right, carrots. They may look simple, but they are loaded with beta-carotene, which your body turns into vitamin A, an absolute lifeline for your eyes, your nerves, and your balance. Good vision isn't just about reading or watching TV. It's how you stay upright, how you drive safely, how you recognize faces and avoid the dangers around you. And vitamin A helps keep your eyes and your reaction time sharp. But that's not all. Carrots also contain antioxidants that protect your nervous system, helping the signals between your brain and your feet stay fast and reliable. That means steadier steps, fewer stumbles, and lower risk of falling. Plus, they're rich in fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar, a critical factor as we age. Unstable blood sugar leads to fatigue, dizziness, and even long-term nerve damage. So yes, this sweet, crunchy root is doing far more than satisfying your hunger. It's fighting for your safety. Every bite of carrot is a quiet investment in strength, coordination, and confidence. Eat them raw, steam them lightly, grate them into salad. However you do it, just make sure you do. Because skipping carrots, that's a risk I wouldn't take, not at your age, not if you want to keep walking strong. Now, we've just talked about the vegetables that can help you stay strong, steady, and independent. But what I'm about to tell you next is just as important, maybe even more. Because while some vegetables can build you up, others can slowly tear you down. And the worst part, they look healthy, they taste great, they're in millions of kitchens across the country right now. But for seniors, especially those over 65, they can quietly trigger inflammation, joint pain, muscle weakness, and even increase your risk of falling. You see, the body becomes more sensitive with age. What didn't bother you at 40 can cause real trouble at 70. So in this section, we're going to uncover 3 common vegetables that most people think are safe, but that you, as an older adult, should avoid or limit as much as possible. These aren't guesses. This is based on real science, real cases, and real consequences. Let's take a closer look, starting with one vegetable that's probably sitting in your pantry right now and might be doing more harm than you think. Eggplant, the sneaky saboteur of your joints and legs. Now let me tell you about a vegetable that looks harmless, even healthy, but could be secretly working against you, especially if you're over 65. I'm talking about eggplant. Yes, the deep purple one. You see, eggplant contains a natural chemical called solanine. It's part of the nightshade family, plants that protect themselves with compounds that can cause problems in the human body, especially in older adults. In small amounts, solanine isn't a big deal for younger folks, but in seniors, especially those with arthritis, joint stiffness, or nerve pain, this compound can quietly trigger inflammation in the joints, muscles, and connective tissues. You may not feel it right away, but over time, that silent inflammation can lead to stiffness, leg weakness, and a creeping loss of mobility. You wake up more sore. The stairs feel harder. Your legs don't feel as stable. And worst of all, you may not even realize it's coming from the food on your plate. Now here's the scary part. Cooking eggplant, whether baked, grilled, or stewed, does not eliminate solanine. That means even your favorite eggplant dishes could be slowly fueling pain and instability. If you're already dealing with joint discomfort, poor circulation, or balance issues, eggplant is not worth the risk. There are safer anti-inflammatory vegetables that support your strength instead of stealing it. So be cautious, because when it comes to aging strong, what you don't eat can be just as important as what you do. Green bell peppers, the hidden trigger for inflammation and instability. Let me ask you, have you ever had unexplained stiffness in your feet, tingling in your toes, or felt just a little less steady than you used to? Believe it or not, green bell peppers, yes, the crisp, crunchy ones, could be part of the problem. Why? Because green peppers belong to the nightshade family, just like eggplant, and they're packed with something called lectins, a type of protein that can bind to your gut lining and disrupt digestion. Now you might be thinking, I've been eating peppers my whole life, but as we age, our gut becomes less resilient. Our immune systems aren't as sharp, and these lectins can trigger low-grade chronic inflammation, the kind you don't feel immediately, but that slowly wears down your nerves, blood vessels, and joints. That can lead to numbness in the legs, slower reaction times, and yes, a higher risk of falling. And here's something else most folks don't know: green peppers are unripe. That's why they're cheaper and less sweet than red, orange, or yellow ones. But they also have far fewer antioxidants, which means they offer less protection against aging while carrying more risk. Even cooking doesn't fully solve the problem. So if you're dealing with arthritis, digestive issues, or just want to protect your balance and mobility, it's better to skip the green ones altogether. Choose the riper, colorful varieties, or switch to anti-inflammatory veggies like spinach, kale, or carrots. Because when it comes to staying upright and independent, even the smallest food choices can make a big difference. White potatoes, the comfort food that's undermining your strength. Now this one might be hard to hear, because it's on almost every dinner table in America. But if you're over 60, you need to hear it. I'm talking about white potatoes. Mashed, baked, fried, it doesn't matter how you cook them. White potatoes are packed with simple carbohydrates that quickly spike your blood sugar. That might not sound dangerous, but here's what happens. Those sugar spikes trigger inflammation, the kind that damages your blood vessels, your nerves, and even your brain. Over time, high blood sugar contributes to poor circulation in the legs, nerve pain, numbness, and a slow but steady loss of mobility. And for seniors, that's a recipe for disaster. Weak legs, wobbly steps, longer healing times. Not to mention, white potatoes are low in antioxidants and lacking in nutrients that protect aging bodies. Unlike colorful root veggies like carrots or sweet potatoes, white potatoes do little to fight aging at the cellular level. And it gets worse. Most people don't just eat plain potatoes. They load them with butter, cream, and salt, turning a risky food into a cardiovascular time bomb. That's a dangerous mix for anyone with high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart problems. Now, I'm not saying you can never touch another potato, but if strong legs, steady balance, and healthy aging are your goals, you'd be wise to cut back. Choose better options. Your future depends on it, because sometimes what feels like comfort is quietly stealing your strength. Now, let me be straight with you. If your legs are feeling weaker, if climbing stairs feels harder, or if you've had moments where your balance just isn't what it used to be, this is your warning sign. This isn't just aging, this is your body telling you it needs help now. And the truth is, some of that weakness may be coming from your plate, from vegetables you thought were helping, but are actually quietly stealing your strength. But here's the good news: you can fight back. Every meal is a chance to build strength, protect your legs, and reclaim your independence. The 3 vegetables we talked about today, they're not just food, they're your frontline defense against falls, frailty, and losing the freedom you've earned. So choose wisely, act now, and don't wait for a fall to be your wake-up call. If you've got questions, drop them in the comments below. We're here to help. And if this helped you, hit that bell and subscribe for more powerful tips to stay strong, sharp, and standing tall every single day.